I'm wrapping up this letter that I wrote you. Maybe it's the only way to go through. I won't lose myself for anybody. I'm not sorry. Yeah. Though it hurts, I only wish you blessings. When intuition talks, you gotta listen. I won't lose myself for anybody. I'm not sorry. Yeah. 'Cause you build me up to break me down. Never respect the love you found. And I had a voice inside the back of my mind. I always knew it deep down. You don't deserve me, babe, I won't lie. Got no more tears to cry. Oh, no looking back this time. 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 Running from the truth was getting reckless. In your arms I never felt protected. Oh. 'Cause you don't deserve me, babe, I won't lie. Got no more tears to cry. Oh. No looking back this time. 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 No looking back this time.
Afternoon, everybody. I would like to say, are you okay? But you're probably not. I wanted to do a match review, basically because I didn't want to do one later on tonight, because of the absolute shit show that happened yesterday. If you did watch the game, respect. If you watch that game, respect. Honestly, if you watch that second half, more respect, because that was the worst game of football I have ever seen Liverpool play, and that's on the back of the worst game of football that I've ever seen Liverpool play in the Premier League. So the worst game of football Liverpool have ever played in the Premier League I've seen, which was Brentford away, then following up with the worst game of football I've seen Liverpool play at Anfield, which was the Crystal Palace game. Is it going to get any better? No, it isn't. No, it's not going to get any better. And the reason why I'll say that is Crystal Palace made 5 changes in their team, by the way. And a lot of people seem to be missing the fact that Crystal Palace made 5 changes to their first team. They made 5 changes. We made 10, apparently, but we didn't make 10. We didn't make 10 because we played a lot of first team players that are in the squad. But the fact that you had so many players that could have played that haven't played a lot of football. And this is what I want to show you as well. I want to drill down the amount of games players have played this season. And this nonsense of tired, overplayed, it's just crap. I'm sorry, it's just crap. And it's total crap because we're in October. We're still in October and we're talking about resting players. We're still in October. Like I understand resting players like in like February, because they've had a long, hard season. But they haven't had a long, hard season because we haven't ran. We haven't ran in any games. Like, name the games where Liverpool outrun the opposition. Name the games where Liverpool busted a gut. Name the games where we outplayed the opposition. Name them, because I can't name any of them, because all we do was walk around. All we do is walk around and pass the ball to each other and do nothing. That's all we do in games. So players are tired. They needed rest. It's absolute shite. In October, it's shit. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying all your excuses, mate. I'm not buying all your excuses. And there's more and more excuses that came out last night. More and more dribble and shite that comes out of that guy's mouth on a regular basis that I will ever understand. I genuinely have no idea why he is still Liverpool manager now. I have no idea why they haven't sacked him. Like, why haven't you sacked this guy now? Like, we have been crap since February. We've been worse than that since March. We have been a poor team for a long, long time. This is now bordering on 8, 9, 10 months. We have the worst form than any other team in any 5 leagues in Europe. We are the worst. We have the worst form. We have lost 6 in 7 games. How is this guy still in a job? How is he still in a job? How is he still in a job? How? How? We're progressively getting worse. We are progressively getting worse. And by the way, we went a goal behind against Frankfurt, by the way. We went a goal behind. And the only reason we won that game is because we scored 2 set pieces. We scored 2 quick set pieces. Big deal. We don't score set pieces. Like, something out of the ordinary. It's not something that happens all the time. It's completely out of the ordinary. That was worse than Plymouth. It was worse than Plymouth. It was worse than Plymouth. But the Plymouth game, we played quite a few first team players, if you remember. Played Luis Diaz. Played Darwin Núñez, played Diogo Jota. Like, we played some decent players in the Plymouth game. But me, I'm not. I can't fathom how this guy hasn't been sacked. I genuinely can't. And I know there's a lot of people that are saying, "Oh, we don't sack managers." Well, you have to sack your manager when you are the worst team in Europe. You are the worst team in Europe right now. Like, we are a complete laughing stock across Europe. We are a joke club now. We're a joke club. We are a joke club. You now have San Marino taking the piss. You have Crystal Palace continually taking the piss out of us on a regular basis. Oh, there I am. Sorry. And you have all those players. You've rested all the players that have been rubbish this season. Why? Why have you rested them? There's no sound. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you let me know if you can hear me, please? Okay. So you've rested all these players. So you've rested all of these. They're all sat there. They all sat there and watched that game. They all sat there and watched that game. Like, you didn't think that you could play any of them. Like, you didn't think that any of them could be on the bench. Like, what is going on? So you didn't think that any of these guys could be on the bench? None of them. None of them could have made it on the bench. Like, you couldn't have played any of the first team that have been shit this season. None of them. You couldn't play any of them. I felt like the right decision, and I have not changed my opinion. This guy is a walking excuse machine. This guy is a total fraud, and this guy is only going to deliver us more defeats, because this is what he's serving us. Crystal Palace away, defeat. Galatasaray away, defeat. Chelsea away, defeat. Manchester United at home, defeat. Frankfurt away, we won that with set pieces. Brentford away, defeat. Crystal Palace at home, defeat. We got Aston Villa at home, defeat. We got Real Madrid at home, defeat. And we got Manchester City away, defeat. And then what is it? What is it then? Is it then 10 games? Is it then 10 games? Are we going for a record that we've never had before? Is that what we're going for? We're trying to break more records, but in the opposite direction. Is that what we're going for? Or should we just listen to him talk more shit? Should we just listen to him talk more shit? It hasn't been helpful that all these games we have lost, there were only 2 days in between the games. So now we're just rolling out the excuses. We're just rolling out more excuses. And the guy's getting more airtime on Sky. Again. We're a joke. We're an absolute joke. Oh, we want to create a pathway for our youngsters to play in front of 60,000 people. Oh, so you want your youngsters to play in front of 60,000 people, do you? Is that what you want? So you want to bring the youngsters in to get their asses handed to them by Crystal Palace at home? Is that what it is? That's a great mentality to have. That's brilliant. I love the fact that you bring the player of the month, Chiesa, and play him up front on his own with a bunch of kids. I love that. I love the fact that Rio, who's supposed to be our mercurial talent, the only games you play him in are the ones that you need him to score a winner, and then you throw him to the wolves like a lamb to the slaughter against Crystal Palace, basically foraging up front by himself, just snowed in by the fact that Crystal Palace play three defenders. Crystal Palace play 3 at the back, and they have 2 wing backs as well. So essentially, they've got 5. No, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Thanks for the super chat, by the way, Aqua. He's never taken accountability for anything. I can't remember a post-match where he said, I'm the coach, I take responsibility. Even Jurgen did that. Even Jurgen took responsibility. Even Jurgen sat there and went, that's on me. This guy is just full of excuses. He is such a fucking ego right now. Oh, yeah. Nallo's going to love playing for Liverpool, isn't he? Nallo will never have a career at Liverpool. He will never, ever make it as a footballer at Liverpool. Every time the guy gets played, he gets sent off. But it's not his fault. It's not his fault. Who did Nallo have next to him when he was on the pitch? He had an attacking midfielder. He had an attacking midfielder stood next to him, like as a centre-back. He had Trey Nyoni next to him. And I will say this as well. Our seniors let us down last night. Like, the seniors that played were dreadful. Joe Gomez was awful. Andy Robertson was terrible. Endo was a mess. Like, the players that are supposed to be... McAllister, what did McAllister do? McAllister did nothing in that game. He was garbage again. Like, a lot of our big players have been poor this season. They've been very bad. A lot of our big players. Mo Salah's been dreadful. Virgil van Dijk's been dreadful. Like, Virgil van Dijk's the captain. He's been terrible. Canate. Everyone's talking about this guy going to Real Madrid. Real Madrid won't want him. He's garbage. He's been terrible this season. Like, there's a lot of big players that have been really poor for Liverpool. But that's down to the management. It's down to the mentality. It's down to the fact that you make people accountable. If you're playing shit, you get dropped. You're playing shit, you get dropped. Sorry. There has to be some kind of line here. There has to be a line in the stand where if you consistently play crap, then you drop out the team. You drop out the team. Like, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. But right now, it's like a holiday camp. It's like a holiday camp. Players given the night off. Yeah, go on, lads. Have the night off. Have the night off. You've lost what? 5 in 6 games? Yeah, you've lost 5 in 6 games. Yeah, go on. You can have the night off. Yeah, go on. Have the night off. We'll just forfeit the game against Crystal Palace. We'll just let Crystal Palace get their 3rd win this season against us. Yeah, we'll just do that. We'll just do that. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And I can understand if you're like, you know what, Palace at home, experimental team, let's just keep it tight. Did we play with 5 at the back yesterday? Because everybody says that we did. No, we didn't. We didn't play with 5 at the back. Did we actually play with any central defenders apart from Joe Gomez? No, we didn't. We had one central defender in the defence. And you're saying we played with 5 at the back. What, we played with 2 left backs? Played 2 left backs and a right back. Yeah, great. Absolutely horrendous. Horrendous football. Horrendous team. Horrendous manager. And you've spent £450 million. Accountability is a requirement. It's a requirement. You should be sacked already. Should have already happened. It should have happened after Brentford for me. Should have happened after Brentford for me. And potentially before that, if I'm honest. But Manchester United, maybe. But Brentford was definitely a sackable. It's a sackable offence for me. That's it. You're done. You're done. You can't lose 13 games in 2025. 13 games we've lost. It's dreadful form. It's dreadful form. It's currently 18th place form this season in the Premier League. We are currently tracking at 18th place with our form. If you want to go the whole of 2025, points-wise, we're 14th. We're 14th, like, in the league. Like, and then you have this lot who... Then you have this lot that are just not even conceding goals. Like Arsenal don't even concede goals anymore. They don't even concede goals anymore, Arsenal. And I've had this conversation and I've talked about it because people seem to think that, Liverpool was the blueprint? No. Arsenal was the blueprint because Arsenal don't concede goals and they keep themselves in games all the time. And like I've said over and over again, Arteta's finished third, second. This is consistency. And there's other teams that can mirror the way Arsenal play, which is why so many teams play like Arsenal now. And they don't play like Liverpool or Manchester City, where they're fucking wide open. Wide open for business. Was it high risk, high rewards? No. Arsenal is low risks, potential rewards. We need to be tight at the back. We need to defend. We can't even defend. We don't have any defenders for a start. And this guy, 4 goals in 3 games this year. 7 goals in 9 against Liverpool. Like, mark him. Like, man mark him. Like, he just ran us ragged. Like, he ran us ragged. He totally destroyed us. Lambs to the slaughter. Lambs to the slaughter. More excuses? Our squad is probably not as big as people think. Look at City or Chelsea. More fucking excuses. You rested 7 first-team players. Like, your squad's big enough, mate. You just rested too many players. You didn't have any on the bench. Like, as soon as we went a goal down, the game was dead. You can't bring anyone else to change anything. Can't bring a player on to change the game. It's over. It's over. I think I've already showed this, but I'm going to show it again because it's just horrible. It's horrible. And I just think We need to be realistic now as Liverpool fans. Because if you're not calling for the manager out, then this is what you're going to get. This is what you're going to get. This is what you're going to get. So I wanted to cover this. So 4 unwanted records Liverpool set versus Crystal Palace. Okay. So I'm going to share this actually. Hang on. So he made 10 changes. So we gave Freddie Woodman, poor Freddie Woodman, didn't stand a chance. Kieran Morrison, who was dreadful, and Welton Lucky, who was awful. They were debuts. Majority of the senior contingent watched from on behind the bench. I mean, maybe that was the plan. The plan was to watch us get absolutely tonked by Palace and basically say to the first team players, this is what you've been serving us all season. Like, I don't know. Who knows? The Reds managed an XG of only 0.45 while Palace had a 1.45. I don't care about XG. It's completely irrelevant right now. But they scored all 3 goals from inside the box, which is where most teams score all their goals now. Defeat sets new low for the Reds. Liverpool's longest run without an Anfield win against a non-Big Six club since 2012-2014. The unwanted record does not stop there for Liverpool. For the first time since 1934, the club have lost a domestic match at Anfield by 3 goals. Oh yes, it gets worse. Another night to forget for Nallo. Nallo made 2 appearances for the first time off the bench and have both been sent off on his debut. First time in a club's history. There you go. So there's another record. Nallo was only on the pitch for 12 minutes. He touched the ball 13 times. And then he was sent off. Oliver Glasner slams Liverpool lineup critics. Disrespectful to all their players. Yeah, of course he's going to. Of course he's going to slam that because. Yeah, so I wanted to show you the Nallo sending off. Actually, I've got it here. So just have a look at this Nallo sending off. Just have a look at Liverpool again. Okay, so that's Joe Gomez with the ball. Yeah. The other guy here is Train Ione. And we've obviously got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we've got like 6 players in their half, obviously, because obviously we're trying to win the game. We're trying to get a goal because it's like 78 minutes. So we've got everybody up front, including number 47, who was our best player, by the way, Calvin Ramsey. So Joe Gomez passes the ball to Nallo. Sorry, Joe Gomez doesn't pass the ball to Nallo. Joe Gomez passes the ball to Train Ione, was that Welton Lucky? No, Train Ione, who's basically the only player at the back, and he's not even a centre back. Yeah, he plays a bad ball to Nallo, so he scuffs the ball to Nallo. Then Nallo's got Delaney on top of him. Look at all the Crystal Palace players. Then Nallo has another horrendous touch. Like, that is just an awful touch. I don't even know who he's trying to play the ball to. Maybe he's trying to play the ball to Joe Gomez, who is in the defensive midfield position. Why Joe Gomez is there is obviously Arne Slot's tactics. Obviously, that's what he wants. Arnie wants all his defenders to be not in defence, and he wants his back three at this moment in time to be a midfielder and another midfielder and a centre back. And then he loses the ball. Then they're on the break, like every other team does, and then Nallo pulls him down. There you go. Gone. And then you've got Trey Ione sticking his hands on his head because he knows he effed up. He effed up. It was down on Ione. Ione's mainly at fault for that, but Nallo got a terrible touch and he's done. Yeah. What else should we look at? Should we look at more incredible stuff? Yeah. So let's have a look at this because this one blows my mind actually. Okay. So 20. Arne Slot has won 20 of his 24 games in charge of Liverpool in all competitions. Drawn 3, lost 1. Okay. This was when Arnie was playing off the new manager bounce and Jurgen's tactics. Okay. This is when he conned us all. This is when everybody thought this guy is the real deal. Like, we've got something special here. This is the guy who just basically came in and just kept things ticking over from the previous manager and maybe moved a midfielder in, like to do a bit more solidity in midfield in Ryan Gravenberch. Yeah. So then he broke this record, or he matched this record. So everyone was like, oh my God. And where are we at now? Since the 27th of September, Liverpool have lost more games than any other side in Europe's Big Five. This is the real manager. This is the real manager. This is the guy that's been given the money, given the time, given the training, given a pre-season, given all the players he wanted, got rid of all the players that he didn't want. He's been backed. And now he's got his feet under the table. And this is what we have now. This isn't a season of transition. This isn't a season of transition. This is a season of despair. This is a season of realization. This is when we have to wake up and realize we have to make a decision quickly, otherwise our season's over. We've already lost to Galatasaray. We've already lost to Galatasaray in the Champions League. We've already lost. We already lost the game. We got Real Madrid next. We have Inter Milan to play. You know, we have other teams to play that could probably beat us right now. And do you think we're going to get a result against Sunderland? Do you think we're going to get a result against Nottingham Forest? Like, genuinely? Like, do you think we're going to beat Aston Villa, who've won their last 4 games? Do you think we're going to beat Man City? Do you think we're going to get beat Real Madrid? Do you think we're going to beat Real Madrid at home? Like, really? Like, do you really see us getting any results in these games? Because I'm not watching anything change. I'm not watching anything transition. There's no transition. There's no progress. Players are getting worse. Form is getting worse. Our big players are hiding. Our manager still hasn't owned up to anything. He has not been accountable for anything. He hasn't apologised for anything. He is still making excuses on a regular basis. he's still telling us that everything's fine. Everything's fine, lads. We're creating chances. We're just not scoring. Oh, we're playing too many games. Oh, we haven't got a big enough squad. Yeah, everything's fine now. Like, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with Liverpool. And I wanted to show you this because this was player appearances in 2025-2026 season, yeah? And he rested loads of the squad. Okay, I'm just going to take you off there for a minute. He rested loads of the squad. Mo Salah's played 9 games. 9 games. Dominic Szoboszlai's played 9 games. Virgil van Dijk's played 9 games. Canate 9. Wirtz 9. Cody 9. Elliott played 4. I don't know how Elliott's played 4. Maybe he played... I don't know why Elliott's played 4. He shouldn't have. Isaac's played 4. Bradley's played 7. Gravenberch played 7. Chiesa's played 7. Ekitike's played 8. Curtis Jones has played 8. McAllister's played 8. Robbo's played 4. Endo's played 4. Gomez 3. Hang on, this is wrong. This is totally wrong. Why is Bobby Clark in here? This is wrong. Hang on, this isn't right. No, this isn't right. Hang on, I'm going to open a web page. Right. Right. No, this is wrong. Right, I might just leave this because it's wrong. Yeah, just leave that. You can look at that form though in the Premier League if you want. Yeah, look. So Aston Villa won their last 4. Fulham, Burnley, Tottenham, and Manchester City, and drawn their 2 before that against Sunderland and Everton. Liverpool have lost all 4, but we won against Everton and we won against Burnley, even though we probably didn't deserve anything against Burnley, to be honest, because we were dreadful in that game as well. So let me bring you back in. Yeah, we're at home. We're at home on Saturday. Okay, so let's have a look why everybody is going long against Liverpool. Okay? So let's have a look. Okay, so let me just share my screen again. I'm going to bring up this article. I'll put it in the chat as well so you can see it. So you can go and have a look at it yourself, okay? Here it is here. Okay. So everybody is going long against Liverpool and it's working. Okay. So let me just put that in there. So it's there for you. Okay. It's there for you. Let me just make myself smaller. Okay, so I'm not gonna read any of that out because there's no point. But what I will read out is this: teams are playing long against. Teams are playing the long game against the Premier League champions this season, and in the last 4 matches, it's worked. An absolute treat. It was something Slot brought attention to after the 2-1 defeat to Manchester United, saying post-match, if you play United with so many quality players they have, and if they come back at us in a low block, playing so many long balls, then the last thing you want is going 1-0 down. Okay, so he's basically having a dig at Man United. It was a snipe, despite the fact 75 of United's 294 passes at Anfield were long, at least 32 metres in length, exceeding throw-ins, goalkeeper throws and crosses, 25% of their greatest long ball proportion in a Premier League match since December. So they went long. Manchester United went long and it worked. Yeah. Chelsea have already come out and said that Liverpool have a weakness at the back for second balls and on the right back side. That got brought out and they beat us because of it. The same with Newcastle. Newcastle knew that long balls would get at us. They scored 2 goals. I know we still beat them, but they still scored 2 goals. Burnley, low blocks, long balls. Brentford said that long throws and long balls would get at us. Done it again. But this is my issue. Bournemouth have had 525 long balls against them. Newcastle have had 496 long balls against them. Manchester City have had 479 long balls. They're not complaining. I haven't heard the Bournemouth manager come out once and say, why are teams playing long ball against me? I haven't heard him come out and say a word. So why can Bournemouth deal with long balls, but we can't? Why can Newcastle or Manchester City deal with long balls, but we can't? That's a manager problem. That's a manager problem. That's a tactics problem. That's a setup problem. That's something that should be rectified on the training pitch. Problem. Not an excuse. Not an excuse. It's a problem. Most long balls attempts in a game. Manchester United 75 against Liverpool. Crystal Palace 71 against Liverpool. Bournemouth 70 against Liverpool. Chelsea 67 against Liverpool. Well, guess what? Guess what? Crystal Palace tried 69 against Bournemouth. Nottingham Forest tried 69 against Bournemouth. Are Bournemouth whinging about long balls? Nope. Bournemouth aren't whinging about long balls. It's just we are. Brentford long passes. 64 long passes attempted by Brentford. 34 were accurate. 22 were successful. 42 unsuccessful. The biggest issue I've got about any pass from any team into the Liverpool half is whether we're actually going to win the second ball. Is whether we're actually going to win the second ball. And I'm going to play a video of The Athletic that did a piece on Liverpool conceding long balls, basically, and just how shit we've been, basically, if I'm completely honest. So I'm going to show you a video of The Athletic talking about the problems we've got with long ball. Sorry, not long ball. Arnie Slot's tactics. So bear with me 2 seconds. Let me just find it. Okay, so this is the video. Here. Why do Liverpool keep losing? Okay, so why do Liverpool keep losing games? Okay, so I'm going to play you this video. It's a really good video, by the way. I suggest you go and check it out as well. So I'm just going to share this instead. Bear with me. I'm not having the sound on because I don't want to get zapped. But it's good. So you've got a guy who's a Manchester United fan, by the way, who basically deconstructs Arnie Slot's tactics at Liverpool in a 14-minute video, which basically destroys Arnie's whole Liverpool setup. Like, It just completely destroys it. It's crazy. So he talks about the Crystal Palace game, which is the one we lost. Yeah. And he basically talks about the fact that Florian Wirtz is never in the positions that he needs to be in because he's being asked to do stuff that isn't relevant to him. I can't give you any morale. I just can't give you any morale. I'm really sorry. I can't give you morale when I don't see anything. I don't see anything that's good. Oh, hang on, sorry. So Wirtz picks the ball up, and he's got nowhere to go. Yeah, and you look at his numbers against his previous club. You also look at Mo Salah's as well, by the way. Like the pair of them are like chalk and cheese from last season. This is Wirtz again, just miles away from the attack. Miles away from the attack. He's nowhere near it. Like, how's Wirtz supposed to get anywhere? And he loses the ball a lot as well, by the way. This is Florian Wirtz's touch map in the final third, by the way. Just half the touches that he got in the final third for Leverkusen that he does for Liverpool. Like, it's just not working. It's just not working. Wirtz again. Burnley low block. Liverpool, loads of attackers, lose the ball, and they're on the hunt. Liverpool play with two at the back. Seriously, Liverpool play with two at the back. When we've got the ball, Liverpool play with two at the back right now. And this is the setup. Can you see the fact there's just two at the back? That's it. We play with two at the back. Like, this just won't work. It's never going to work. And you look at Mo Salah's numbers. So this guy, this is really good actually. So this guy basically breaks up the Liverpool team in quarters on the pitch. So it's how many players you've got in each quarter on the pitch. And he basically breaks up the fact that Mo Salah's too wide and he has too much work to do before he gets anywhere. Wirtz is in the wrong position anyway because he comes into the midfield too much because he needs the ball and he can't get it. And you've got Bradley too wide as well. Like, sorry, not too wide. Too deep. So you look at this. Salah's too far away to influence the game. And this was from last season. His numbers have dropped off a cliff. Like, chances created. He's created quite similar for big chances created, by the way, but it's just people haven't scored. Dribbles attempted, dribbles success, touches in opposition's box. It's gone from 10 to 6. So he took Wirtz out and he put Szoboszlai there. And he's basically showing how the system worked last season. And I've said this a million times, and I will say it a million times more. We didn't really play with a number 10 last season. We didn't. We played with an 8 that did a bit of advanced work. But we played with a proper defensive midfielder in Gravenberch last season. And we haven't played with one this season. And I'll say this a million times. A million times. The problem isn't hard to fix. It isn't hard to fix. We just need to put the players in the right positions and give ourselves more support in midfield. And this setup here was what won us the league. This is the setup that won us the league. Like, stop sticking a number 10 in the attack to get in the way, because he gets in the way. And we won the league with McAllister, Szoboszlai and Gravenberch. And we could do really well if we do Szoboszlai, Gravenberch and Curtis Jones. Or even Wirtz. But the left-hand side of midfield needs to be Jones or Wirtz. And we need to play a defensive midfielder. We don't play a defensive midfielder anymore because of this number 10 shite. We leave ourselves short. Like, I don't know how long it's going to take for the penny to drop. It's probably going to take a new manager to come in and go, hang on a minute, you're really light in midfield. I'm going to put another one there. Like, do you really need that 10? He's in the way. No, I'm going to put him as number 8. And then, because Szoboszlai's there and Szoboszlai can drop back, which he does, Mo Salah can move forward into space. And the 10 isn't there in his way. Like, really simple. It's like really simple stuff. It's not complicated. Like, it's just not complicated. And this is last season. He's showing us how we played last season. And then Szoboszlai fills in the midfield role. But the thing is, and this is something that it probably needs to change. And if we do get a new guy, then it probably will change. Then Mo Salah's going to have to defend. He's going to have to do some tracking back. The right-hand side player is going to have to do something. And this is this season now, where everyone's just in each other's way. Everybody's in each other's zone. Everybody's getting in the way. And then we lose the ball and then we're screwed because we've only got 2 at the back. It's an easy fix. It really is an easy fix. It is, Gary. It's not a hard fix. And everyone sat there going, oh my God, we're such a mess, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult to change things. But you need to just go back to what got you results last season. And this did not get you results last season. The way we play now did not get us results last season. The way we play now got us individuals winning the game. Individuals. And this is Frimpong. Frimpong against Manchester United. Having a wide player, funny enough. And could Eddie Howe have unlocked Ekatike and Isaac? Yeah, he could have. Yeah, he could have. Yeah. Well, look what Eddie Howe's doing with Walter Maida. Walter Maida is a completely different player to Isaac. And guess what he's doing with him? He's getting goals out of him. He's getting goals out of him. Arnie is hell-bent on trying to get this formation to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work because every team is going to play long ball against Liverpool. Every team is going to pack the midfield against Liverpool. Every team is going to try and smother the horseshoe, which is the zone 14, where Liverpool just ticky-tack the ball. And as soon as they get the ball off Liverpool in zone 14, they are right up against our backline. Right up against our backline. And it's one pass through the middle, left or right, and they're up against Virgil van Dijk and Canate right now. And we are an absolute mess. An absolute mess. Just make the team more difficult to play against. Give us a chance in games. Like Crystal Palace last night were terrible on the ball in some areas. Like all they had to do was just play one pass through and they were in, but they just didn't. Crystal Palace have also created more big chances than Liverpool this season. Like they are the highest creator of chances this season and they've missed the most. So They showed last night why they didn't win 6-0. Because they have trouble putting the ball in the back of the net, but they create chances. But we were dreadful, and that's made us worse. So you think giving the whole team the week off is going to make them better? Because every time we've given a team a rest, we've come back and looked worse. That's just a fact. Did it with Jurgen, and we've done it with Slot before. When we've given players time off and rested players, they've come back and looked leggy, and they've looked rusty, and we haven't looked cohesive. So you think it's going to be any different against Aston Villa, who are on a 6-game unbeaten run right now? Aston Villa in the league. They're just behind us in the league. They overtake us if they beat us. We are 7th. We're 7th in the league. This isn't going to get any easier. This is going to get harder. Gahey doesn't want to come to us. Gahey don't want to come to us. Gahey doesn't want to play for this shit. I would say if we continue to keep this manager, I would say there's probably a few players that will probably want to leave in January. Do you think Harvey Elliott wants to come back to this? Nope. Do you think Mo Salah will stay? No. He'll probably go to Saudi Arabia now. He's been treated poorly. I'm Slot out. I've not seen any progression whatsoever. All I've seen is more excuses. Just continuously. Just continually given more excuses. Just not owning up. Just not saying yeah, it's all on me. We've been awful. No, just more excuses. More and more excuses every single game. Every single game. And the one after this game was, Manchester City rested all of their team and they look like they had a full squad. More excuses. Chelsea had more players to come on. Chelsea might not have won their game if they hadn't have had Estevao and some of the other big guys to come off the bench. So they might have lost that game. But I'm not. This is a slump of monumental proportions. Any manager in the Premier League should be sacked if you lose 5 games in a row. Any manager. And we're on what? We've lost 7 and 8? 7 in 8 games. We have the worst form in Europe. This isn't credit in the bank, because you're not Jurgen Klopp, who's made us competitive for years and years and years. You won a Premier League with somebody else's team. You didn't win it with your team. You won it with someone else's team. And I respect that you won the league. I totally respect that you won the league. And you've got that on your CV to go and get yourself a good job. You've got that on your CV to go and be the manager of Ajax. Because that's where your level probably is, mate. That's probably where your level is, if I'm honest. It's probably your level. The fans started walking last night. The fans walked last night. That ground was empty in the 70th minute. Crystal Palace was singing, "You're going to get sacked in the morning." The players had given up. The fans had given up. There was no noise levels. Anfield is not raucous anymore. Anfield's like a library. There's no fight. There's no fight anymore. Liverpool players weren't even getting booked against Brentford for bad tackles. Yeah, okay, I get you. Nallo got a red card. Got a red card because he just tugged on someone's shoulder. He didn't crunch him. There's no fight. There's no heart. Like Andy Robertson. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Andy, how many times have I heard you say you're sorry? How many times have I heard you say you're sorry? Like, you've been sorry for years because you've been shit for years. You're sorry about all the mistakes you make. You're sorry about all the poor games you've given us. Don't roll out the vice captain, who shouldn't be the vice captain, by the way, but don't roll out the vice captain who's got, what, 10 months left, 8 months left on his contract? Because his contract isn't getting renewed. There's no fight. There's no fight. They don't believe. They don't believe in this project. This project is not a believable project. They don't see a future of it. Where are the patterns? Where's the play? Where's the tactics? Where's the technicality? We've got all of these technical players. They can't even pass the ball to each other. They don't even know where they're supposed to be. Like, nobody's making any runs for anyone. Nobody's helping anyone. Everybody's looking around, pointing fingers. It's like that Spider-Man meme. It's like the Spider-Man meme. Everyone's pointing at each other. Am I the bad guy? Are you the bad guy? What? It's so worrying as a Liverpool fan. And we should be so excited because we've just bought so many good players who should just naturally fit into the system that won us the league last season. Like, are you trying to tell me that Kirkes would not just fit in to the system if he played him as a proper left back? You're trying to tell me if you played 4-3-3 with a natural defensive midfielder and 2 eights, that Gravenberch wouldn't play well there, and Wirtz or Curtis Jones wouldn't play well on the left-hand side, and Szoboszlai wouldn't play well on the right-hand side? And you're trying to tell me if you didn't just play a natural right back that didn't invert, that Bradley couldn't have a better season? And Konate didn't look like a fucking Bambi on ice? And maybe you could even play Joe Gomez there as your right back, because guess what? He's a bloody good right back. He's a defensive right back. So at least he's going to defend. Yeah, you don't need him to create. You got Mo Salah there. And Joe Gomez is a decent passer. He can play through the lines. But at least Mo knows that he can rely on a guy to do the defending. Yeah? And then he's got Dominic Szoboszlai. You can do his running. You can make the runs for him. Potentially Florian Wirtz can get a little bit higher and can provide there as well. And then you've got, what, Cody Hapko could play there? Of course Cody Hapko could just play on the left-hand side. Not a problem. But you have to have a system where if Kirkes is making a run past Gapco, Gapco's got to pass the ball to him. He has to pass the ball. He's creating space. He's providing the overlap. Pass the ball to him. Or Florian Wirtz can. And then your number 9, you're spoiled for choice. You've just signed a £125 million superstar in Alexander Isak. See, you can play him, not a problem. Or you can play Ekitike. And then Mo Salah. Mo Salah's Mo Salah. Yeah, if Mo Salah's not playing, okay, you've got Frimpong. But Frimpong's not your right back, mate. Frimpong's not your right back. He's your right winger. It's really not difficult. Make ourselves harder to play against. Give ourselves a chance in games. Have some midfield. Stop this narrow inverted shit. Stop trying to play 5 strikers. Like, just take it back to basics. Guess what? When they've got the ball, friggin' drop a player into midfield more. Drop a player into your defence. Make yourselves more defensive minded. Like, stop trying to get the ball off them and then break on them when you can't press. If you can't press, defend. You can't press defend. Simple as that. But 4-3-3 with 3 midfielders. Like, we keep on talking about Vert being a midfielder and the 10 being a midfielder. The 10 is not a midfielder. Like, when are we going to understand? The number 10 is nothing to do with midfield. The number 10 is basically another forward. He's another forward. We're already outgunned in the middle of the park, and the battle has to be won in the middle of the park. Otherwise, you're never winning a game. You never win in a football match if you don't win the battle in the middle. And right now, we haven't even got a middle. Someone just wrote it in the chat. 4-2-5 vagina formation. Everybody can see it. Everybody can see it. Everyone can see this massive gap in the centre of the park. And players who end up in there aren't supposed to be in there. Kirkes is not supposed to be in there. Like, he's not supposed to be in that position. Like, he looks like a fish out of water. And we're talking about all these players that should start. Ramsey needs to start. I think Gomez needs to start. I think Gomez needs to play as our right back now. Like, at least the guy won't end up in a position where he looks daft. Gomez has got some sense about him and be like, no, I'm not going there. Like, Andy Robinson's given himself no favours for him to play. Again, he done himself no good. He was awful. He got taken off. He was that bad. They subbed him. But what happens? And I have to ask you. I have to ask you in the chat. Like, what happens? What happens when he gets sacked? Because it's when now. It's not if. It's when. It's when he gets sacked. When he gets sacked, what happens? What happens? Who do we get? Who do we get? What do you expect? What do you expect? If Arsenal win and we lose against Villa, they are 9 points. They're 9 points. That's us done. 9 points and we're not even in November. 9 points behind in the league and we're not even in November. Like, that is 3 wins that we need and they need 3 losses. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Mancini, Irola. So they come in. So one of them comes in. Mancini's we're never going to go for. It's 10 points. Oh my God. It's 10 points. Okay, that's even worse because that means it's more than 3 games. Wow. 10 points before Christmas. It's done. Totally done. It'd be 10 points. God. The title is over. The title is over. The title is over unless we win. Well, we need Arsenal to lose. And right now, Arsenal aren't even conceding goals. Right now, Arsenal aren't even conceding goals. Like, Arsenal conceded 1 shot on goal in 3 games. Did you know that? 1 shot on goal in 3 games Arsenal have conceded. That is how good they are. That is how strong their team is. That is how solidified and defensively constructed that their team is. And I've said this all along. You play to your strengths. Like, I don't care. I don't care, like, what it looks like. You play to your strengths to win games. And if Arsenal do it by defending and scoring a corner, then so be it. But what was our strength last season? What was our strength last season? Our strength last season was not giving away big chances. That was our strength. The chances that teams got were really difficult chances to score. And if they did, then fair play. But right now, have as many as you want, mate. Like, have as many chances as you want. Like, you're up against the back line with your first ball. You're up against the back line with a long kick. We give away big chances consistently in games. Big chances all the time. That was our strength. That was our strength. You ain't getting a big chance against us, mate. You ain't getting a big chance against us. And you can also sit there and go, oh, well, Alisson's back soon. Seriously. Okay. Alisson's going to save Arnie's job. I'm pretty sure Alisson wants Arnie out of a job because Alisson lost his best mate in Taffarel because Arnie wanted him gone. Like, you have to look at the backroom staff as well. Arnie's got rid of loads of them. He's got rid of loads of them. There's been a lot of change. But there's also been a solid amount of players that have stayed. Like, we've still kept the nucleus. And we got rid of the players that we wanted to get rid of. Okay, maybe some people didn't want to get rid of Diaz and Harvey Elliott. I get that. But we got rid of the Nunez's and the Simicas. Like, we got rid of those guys that we knew that weren't good enough for us. We needed upgrades. And we got upgrades. But I can't make excuses for this guy no more. I can't make excuses for this guy. He needs to go now. He needs to go because we're worse. We're worse. And the next guy who comes in, he's going to need time to settle. Like, and I get you get the new bounce, new manager bounce. I get that. New manager bounce. That'll happen. Of course it'll happen. Of course it'll happen. But are we now in a situation where maybe we need to go through a couple of managers? Like, maybe we need to just give them a year. Like, maybe we need to do that. Like, this one just isn't a fit. It's just not worked out. For whatever reason, it's just not worked out. But you got to give it to someone else. Like, someone who can deal with these players. Someone who can deal with the egos. Someone who maybe wasn't there when the stuff with Diogo happened. Someone who maybe wasn't there when the stuff with the contracts happened. Like, someone who's there that didn't win the league. Has another target to hit. Like, oh, I overachieved my target so I can put my feet up. Well, I've won the league, so this is just a freebie year. Like, you know, don't need to try hard. I won the league. Like, look at the players we've signed. We'll walk it. So maybe you need to get someone who's not done it and wants to. Like, maybe get someone who's not Dutch. And no more Dutch managers. Like, maybe we do that. And the assistant manager's Dutch and the other assistant manager is Dutch. So fuck off, Dutch managers. I'm done with you. Maybe you get someone Spanish. Maybe get someone German. Like, I don't know. Maybe get someone English. Eddie Howe's there. Eddie Howe's there. Knows how to get the best out of Alexander Isak. Knows how to get the best out of a fucking strong midfield. Yeah? Do you think he can turn Liverpool's midfield into Newcastle's midfield? Why not? Why not? Why not? Eddie Howe for a year or two, and then he goes to the England manager. Premier League proven. Was that Bournemouth? Eddie Howe also knows Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards very, very well. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But Eddie Howe is not a bad option right now for me. I'm telling you, he's not a bad option for me. He really isn't. And he's got a release clause. I do like the Bournemouth guy. But if you're talking about a player, you're talking about a manager to come in and galvanise a team, which is basically at it rock bottom right now. I couldn't think of anyone else than Eddie Howe. I couldn't. You'll come in and galvanise us. I mean, he comes in and he already knows the director of football and the COO and our main striker. He already knows them. Eddie Howe's just won a trophy. Like Eddie Howe's just won a trophy the first time in like 80 years. Like Eddie Howe, if things had gone a bit differently last season, they probably were en route to finish second in the league at one stage. They weren't a million miles away. So I don't know. Man. I mean, I wouldn't mind listening to a fucking Englishman talk. Like, I don't know, Ram. I don't know. But I'm talking about someone who's going to come in and galvanise us. Because we are really at rock bottom right now. Like, I've never seen Virgil look so bad. Like, doesn't trust his left back as far as he can throw him. Like, seriously. Like, and the other defender on the other side looks an absolute mess. Like Bambi on ice. I know it's taken Arteta a long time, but Arteta wasn't given all of the players that this guy's just been given, and he's also just won the league with all the others. I mean, Glasner. It's the type of football Glasner plays. Like, are you okay with that? Like, Bournemouth played decent football under Eddie Howe. Newcastle, not amazing football, but Newcastle, they're in the Champions League again, by the way. Like, Iola plays good football as well, but it's the galvanising. Can he come in and galvanise the team? Yeah, it's a good point, Ram. Any manager could galvanise us right now. It's true. It's true. But I just don't see a huge amount. Like, what about Honus from Stuttgart? A really good manager. Like, I think it's Ralph Honus, really good manager. Turned down Manchester United. Turned down a couple of clubs. It's another good manager. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm asking you. I'm really asking the chat here as well. Nagelsmann, I think Nagelsmann would be good. Like, I do. I think Nagelsmann would be good. He might get the best out of Wirtz for a start. Yeah, Honus is good. De Zerbi? Anyone think De Zerbi might be worth a shout? You know? I mean, there's managers out there, but there's managers that we looked at that are now gone. Like, the list of managers that we probably had, that list has dwindled because they've moved to different clubs. So you're now looking at a different list. Like, you can't go and get Thomas Frank now. He's at Tottenham. You can't go and get your Hammer in. He's at Man United. Like that list is different. Yeah, I don't. I'm not. I'm not a big fan of De Zerbi either. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of De Zerbi. If I'm honest, that's a good point though about Honus. Like he does play a different style. Does play a different style. Might be different to us. True. So I just wanted to ask you, like, what you thought. And there's no good managers available. That's what Max put. No good managers available. Well, we're screwed then, aren't we? There's no good managers available. Then we're sticking with this one. Is there anybody else? We need an old guy in their 60s. Oh, I know who you're talking about. We need an old guy, an old German guy in their 60s. Is that what you're talking about? Zidane wouldn't come to Liverpool. Zidane wouldn't come to Liverpool. He's waiting for he's waiting for the French job. Spalletti might have been one, but he's gone now. Iola, okay. So it looks like that one is getting a lot of votes. Looks like that one's getting a lot of votes. I mean, he can definitely cope with long balls because he's had just as many long balls pointed at him as us, and also he can deal with a lot of change. Like the guy lost his entire back four, his goalkeeper, and one of his attackers, and Richard Hughes signed him, so that could just be an easy one. And I don't know, like you get him and you bring Semenyo in January. Like, what about that one? What about that one? Can we wait that long? That's a good point. Can we wait till January? I don't know, man. I really don't know. Like, there's just not a huge amount out there. Not a huge amount out there, and that's the concern. Like we've gone in with this one, and we backed him to the hilt, and it's just not turned. It's not turned. It's gone the opposite direction, and the excuses are getting more and more ridiculous. Like you might start blaming the rain or the grass. Like I don't know what. He's already blamed the fact we had away fixtures. He's already blamed the fact that we've only had two 2 days between games. He's blamed long ball. He's blamed long throw-ins. He's blamed teams playing low block. He's blamed everything. He's literally blamed. That's a really good point, by the way. He hasn't signed a new contract, Glasner, and we could get him and Guehi at the same time, which is not a bad thing, by the way. I don't know, mate. I genuinely believe these two don't have any skin in the game in whether they keep him. I think they'll just cut him loose. It's something that feels different about Liverpool now is there doesn't seem to be that emotion anymore. So, like, if you don't cut the mustard, mate, you're gone. Like, I think they're probably already looking. I wouldn't be surprised if they've already started. They've already had a conversation. Basically, I wouldn't be surprised if they've had a conversation and gone, right, this is now become untenable. Like, and the fact that he just fielded a load of kids against Crystal Palace at home to get another defeat is really not. I think he's got 2 games. I think it's Villa and Real Madrid at home. And if you can't turn them 2 round, I think he could be gone. I would say Glasner's probably on that list. It would make sense because he's done us 3 times. Like he's beat Slot 3 times, and he's beat Jurgen since he's been in the Premier League alone. Like Crystal Palace are now our bogey team. Like Crystal Palace have been our bogey team for a long time, by the way. But it's interesting that that we've had meetings now. So there's been meetings, and also Fabrizio Romano also mentioned that like his job is safe. Is that like the dreaded vote of confidence? Like, is that? But it just doesn't come direct. But we can't have a season where Liverpool aren't challenging. How can Liverpool not challenge after signing Florian Wirtz and Hugo Ekitike? Like, they were the 2 positions last season that we needed more from. We needed more from the 9, and we needed more from the 10. Or a player on the left-hand side, or a player in midfield or somewhere. But we needed more from those 2 positions, and we've actually got less. We've actually signed 200 odd million pounds worth, 225 million pounds worth of players to play in those positions, and we've been worse. We'd have probably been better if we kept Dominic Szoboszlai there. Like, how does that even make sense? Like, you can't have a manager have a pre-season and have his team play this badly. No, he can't. He couldn't play a 10 last season, and he couldn't play a striker last season, and he's not been able to do it this season. True. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. The guy that's done most is the guy who moves over to the left-hand side, which is normally FTK or Cody. That's the only reason why we've had anything from the front, is because the players that have moved onto the left-hand side have been able to produce the most. And Ekitike plays most of his football on the left-hand side. And Cody plays it there as well. So it's like, you can't play with a 9 and you can't play with a 10. Like, why are we signing 9s and 10s if the manager can't play with them? Because he couldn't play with them last season, and he's not been able to do it this season. So why did we sign any? Like, why don't we just sign more wingers? Like, but the shortlist is short. Like, so we're looking at a shortlist here of Iola, yeah, Glasner, and Eddie Howe. That's our shortlist. That's literally our shortlist. Like, Mancini's not on a job, by the way, and I rate Mancini, but I just don't think he's a guy that Liverpool would go for. But we can't be doing the Kenny thing as well either, by dragging in a manager that we've already had, like Jurgen. Like pulling Jurgen back in for 6 months, or you can't do that. You can't do that. I mean, Jurgen might want to, because Jurgen's looking at this team going, like, I would love to have Florian Wirtz playing for me. Like, he did. You're absolutely right. You're right, Drunk. Eddie Howe had a plan for Isaac and Ekitike. It's just we scuppered it and signed both, and now we haven't got a plan for them. Yeah, it's true. That's true. It could be a bigger list, but it's who we want, or who we're thinking of. Yeah. But for me, I think they should have pulled the trigger already. I think they should have pulled the trigger already for me. But I think he's got 2 games. 2 games. And I'll ask you right now, chat, do you think we're going to beat Aston Villa and Real Madrid? Do you think we're going to win those 2 games? Do you think we'll beat Aston Villa or Real Madrid? I'd love to know your thoughts. Whether you think we could beat Aston Villa and Real Madrid, because they are possibly going to be the games that decide whether this manager gets kept at Liverpool. Because I don't think he can lose another 2 games. How can he lose another 2 games? Like, seriously, like, if he loses another 2 games, that's 9 games lost in 10. That's 9 in 10. That's more than Pep Guardiola did. Pep did 7 in a row. We've now matched that. We've now matched 7 losses. So if he loses another 2, that's 9 games. 9 out of 10 games you've lost. Like, seriously? Like, that's not tenable. Like, no team should be keeping their manager after they've lost that many games. Like, he'd have lost, like, what, a quarter of the Premier League games already. Like, yeah, you're right. Ange didn't even lose 6 or 7 games last season. But the thing is, I don't see him winning these games. Like, I see us losing these games because of the way we play. Like, I see us losing the games because of the tactics we play. Like, I don't see us losing these games because we can't win them, because we could win them. But I see us losing them because of him, which is weird. Like, I could see us winning games if we play differently, but we don't. So we'll lose. And that's my problem. That's always been my problem. Like, we have the players and the squad capable of winning games, but we don't play to the advantage of the team and the squad to win us those games. So we lose because of tactics. We lose because of structure. We lose because of we've got too many players in positions where the other areas are weak. So we actually make ourselves worse because of the way we play. So we don't give ourselves a chance. Like, we don't create enough clear-cut opportunities anymore because of the way we play. Even though we play real gung-ho attacking football because we want to score. But we actually we actually diminish the chance of us scoring because of the way we're playing, which the whole scenario just makes no sense. And, like, you can break it down as many ways you want, but we actually give ourselves a disadvantage. So we're actually playing against ourselves, if that makes sense. We're playing too many forwards, which means they're getting in each other's way, which means we're stopping ourselves from actually creating chances. So we're actually playing against ourselves. And we're not giving ourselves any hope in midfield because we're not playing enough midfielders. So we're actually stopping ourselves from being able to actually control the game properly and be more defence-minded. And then we're playing our centre-backs and our wing-backs too narrow, and we're bringing them into positions that don't help each other. So then you're creating a disadvantage in your defence. So the whole system, everybody says, oh, there's problems everywhere. No, there's a problem on the touchline, and it's the manager. Like, that's the problem. It's all coming from the guy that's controlling the tactics and the way we set up. Like, you can take every player you want out of Liverpool and throw him into an international team and he cooks. You can take a Wirtz and throw him into an Arsenal team and he cooks. Like, you can throw players out of Liverpool teams into other teams right now and they will cook. They will play well. They're not in bad form because of them. They're in bad form because of it. Zerbi would sort the shit out. Zerbi would fucking probably send a few of them home. The Zerbi would probably sack a few of them. Like, he's a bit of an animal. Like, he really is. Like, and there's a bit of that's needed. There's a bit of an iron fist that's needed at Liverpool right now. Like, players need to be taken aside and gone, book your fucking ideas up. Otherwise, you're leaving the club. But the biggest problem is stood on the touchline. Biggest problem stood on the touchline. And right now, I wouldn't be surprised if the guy had a portrait of himself in his fucking living room. Because he genuinely believes he is something he just isn't. The ego has landed. Like, this guy shines that head like it's going to win games. Like, you are a fraud. You don't deserve to be at my club now. Like, thanks for the memories. Thanks for the league that you won. But now we're all starting to see who you really are. And what you really are is a Dutch league manager at best. Anyway, I've done an hour and 30. I am out of here. I hope you are all well. I hope you enjoyed my little rant and the little breakdown of that game, because there wasn't really much to break down because it was crap. It's just a mess. It's a mess, and it's a mess. That's it. Just a mess, and someone needs to be accountable. And that guy stood on the touchline, and that's it for me. If you haven't liked, subscribe, please do, and really appreciate it. Any support on the channel would be amazing as well. So if you want to drop a super thanks or a super chat, please do. Hope you've all enjoyed it. I've spoke to quite a few of you on the chat now. So I brought your chats up and kind of responded to a few of them. So I made it a little bit more connected. I've got my conspiracy show on Sunday. That's going to be fun. Tune in for that. If you want to be a member, just hit the memberships. It's 99p. Like, it's buttons. They never go up in price. I'll keep it like that. So if you want to become a member, please do. I'm probably going to do the Don and Sam show tomorrow, which will be at 11 o'clock. I'm done for tonight on my show. I might jump on another show later, depending on how I feel. But I'm going to forward you on to another show now, see who's live, as I always do. Right now, Don's live, actually, so I'm going to send you over to Don. Actually, I'm going to send you over to Footy Judge Mo. Actually, no, I'm not, because he's been on for quite a while. So I'm going to send you over to Don. Let me see if he's live still. No, he's not been. He's been on for ages as well. So who else is on? What time's Jamie on? Jamie's on much later. Right, I'm going to send you over to Footy Judge Mo. If you can, Kmack raid, usual stuff. And I will see you all later on. You all have a good evening. Try not to get too wrapped up in all of this. I'll show see you on some of the other channels. Let's manifest the management to make a decision and sack this fraud. I'll see you all later. Take care. Bye-bye.